When you're blue and kinda lonely too, you'll find a smile will go a long, long way. Though you're down, don't sit around and frown. A little smile will go a long, long way. Never grieve, just try to make believe the sky is blue, although you know it's gray. Don't you find it's just a waste of time? You'll find a smile will go a long, long way.
Welcome into yet another episode of Ron and Jen's Great Escape. It's our effort, if you will, to look at the world not through rose-colored glasses, but tinted glasses.
Yes.
To find the positivity, if you will.
Oh, positivity.
And what's going on in the world around us. How's that sound?
Well, how are you today, Ronzo?
I'm splendid. How are you?
Well, so far, so good. I haven't seen many people.
First week of summer?
First week of summer. Isn't that exciting? I hate summer.
I'm not a big summer person. My favorite season is the fall.
That's right.
Yes, love the fall.
That's right. And people will say, really, that's such a negative way to start your part. No, like I said last time, I'm sure there are millions of people like me that hate to put boxes in their windows, grateful for it, but much rather have fresh air and the sounds of the birds. And, it's just too hot.
And that's why 4 seasons rule.
Yes.
Because you have a lot of different clothing and a lot of different...
That's
whatever.
right.
It's nice.
Well, how about this? Is it hot enough for you?
Oh,
That's the other.
You know that one's coming.
Yeah, I
it's
can.
Coming.
Okay.
You know also coming apparently is the Delta strain. Yet another thing to worry about.
Yes, I know.
I saw where our friend Dante Bellini on Facebook, he had a great line. He said that it's just kind of a trendy take on a new strain. You know, it reminded him of the Indomita strain and also of the Vulcan flu, if you will, from Star Trek.
Vulcan. Well, what is this strain? What does it look like? How is it going to affect us?
Who knows? Supposedly it's popping.
Okay.
Supposedly it's popping up here, but I guess what I read is that the vaccine for the COVID-19 does have the impact on this Delta variant, which is a good thing. How about this conversation? This has got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I know Massachusetts is doing it. And now we're considering, Governor McKee, and his fabulous head of hair, is considering a $1 million enticement program, a lottery, to get vaccinated.
Yeah. And you win, and you win,
What
and you
is
win.
that?
Just get poked.
What
Ron,
is that?
listen, I have been asking. It's so funny that you mentioned this because I was talking to my best friend yesterday, and I said, this is so bizarre that they say it's, take your masks off. It's safe to go back to wherever, and kids can go back to school, and malls can reopen, ballparks, and all this. But there is this push, this constant drive and push to vaccinate people. And I just find that curious. And it's not as though, it's 6 months ago when we were still terrified in our houses. They said everything's okay, but now they're giving away pizza and cars and houses and money. It's just weird.
I know you've got a story.
Don't you think
when
it's
we
weird?
It's stupid. When we do Jen's News, I know you got a story about another enticement, if you will, when it comes to getting the vaccination. Connecticut set to legalize pot on the 1st of July.
Hey.
So here we go once again.
All right.
We are behind the curve of easy, low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
For money that the state desperately needs.
But they're considering it, right? It's in. Is it in committee?
Senate,
is it on the floor? Where is it right now?
In Hartford, the Senate voted last Thursday to legalize the recreational use of pot for adults in Connecticut. Mm-hmm. Final legislative action for a bill that lays the groundwork for the new industry in Connecticut. So they are well on their way to legalizing recreational pot in Connecticut, and that is something we should be doing. But, of course, the lawmakers don't want to do that. At least not yet.
I don't know why they're so hesitant. Everybody smokes weed. Everywhere you go, it smells like skunk, right? No, seriously, I think I told this story a few weeks ago. My mom, why does it smell like a skunk is everywhere? I said, Mom, that's some seriously good weed they're smoking wherever they're doing it. It smells like skunk everywhere.
Did you stop at Home Depot for that broad brush before you came over to Chez St. Pierre today? Everybody's smoking weed. That's
Everybody's
not the case.
smoking.
That's not the case.
Ron, are you smoking weed?
No, a lot of people smoke weed. No, I know. I don't. I haven't smoked in a long
Yeah,
time.
did you like weed?
No, I'd
No,
much
neither
prefer.
did
You
I.
asked me that before.
Oh, did I?
I'd much prefer a nice glass of wine or a beer, and that's that. But
Yeah.
you know why? Because I don't smoke.
Yeah.
You know, I don't smoke cigarettes and never have smoked cigarettes.
Good.
So
It's disgusting.
Not
And
interested.
I used to smoke, so gross.
Not interested. We did a story recently in one of our podcasts that the city of Pawtucket has a zero tolerance law in effect for July 4th when it comes to fireworks, with some serious penalties. America's going to be facing a fireworks shortage. Told you this before. 4th of July might be back to normal as far as gatherings and barbecues and what have you, but apparently phantom fireworks, I guess they do most of the they create most of the fireworks.
Yeah.
But apparently they can't get the stuff to make them. So there's going to be a fireworks shortage.
Well, that'll spread more anger and
Absolutely.
discouragement, and then people will burn their own houses down because that seems no. Let's burn our own communities down because there's not enough fireworks.
That's right. So
God forbid.
Listen, I'm all for no fireworks in the neighborhood because the dogs go crazy, the kids go nuts. Not cool.
Wow.
Walt Disney World in Florida, though, they announced that they're bringing back their fireworks as of July 1st, the Magic Kingdom, into Epcot. And if you've ever experienced those, Epcot, they had a thing called Illuminations. They've updated it now. It's a different show. I was looking forward to seeing that. But, man, the Illuminations at Epcot, that had to be the best fireworks ever.
Best thing you ever seen.
Yeah.
Best thing. It is the most extravagant, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't. I can't give enough adjectives to say exactly what you have to. It's one of those things where you just look up forever. It feels like, and you just keep saying, "Wow, ooh, oh my gosh, wow!" It never ends.
The grand finale, as we used to call it,
Yes.
and the local fireworks. Oh, when's the grand finale? Well, it's always at the end because it's the grand finale. But
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Absolutely breathtaking at Disney, and
It
they
is.
spend so much money on fireworks, but they're fabulous. So if you ever have a chance, if you do have the chance to take in the fireworks at Disney World, please do that. Did you see that the Flying Wallendas didn't go flying?
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Now what?
Yeah,
No way.
Nick Wallenda.
Yeah.
All right. Last week, he was at DeUville College in Buffalo.
Okay.
To help mark the grand opening of the school's new Health Professions Hub building. And he walked multiple stories above the street, ended up traveling 320 feet on a wire that wasn't even 1 inch wide. So the Flying Wallendas, they didn't go flying. You know, was it Karl Wallenda who bit the dust? He fell to his death?
He did. And listen, I have a story about this. When I was just a kid, I remember, I don't know if it was remember they used to have the Friday night movies on ABC or the Sunday night movies.
Yeah.
It traumatized me. Here we go. So it was all about the Wallenda family and how they built that pyramid that eventually ended up collapsing, killing a bunch of people. So it was something like, 5 on the bottom, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. And one of the it was all family, one of the family members in this unit was super nervous, and that's the person that wobbled and made them all fall. They worked without a net. I remember seeing that movie, and then my parents went years later. They went to Puerto Rico, and they were there when Carl was walking that wire, and he didn't fall off. He got blown off.
Ooh.
Remember that? The wind was so severe that day, and he said, "Nah, I'm still gonna go." And if it's still on YouTube, if you watch the video, he falls and he's holding on. But he was an old guy. He was in his 70s, I think. And he's holding on for dear life. And then he couldn't hold on. And you see him plummeting into the top of a car.
Oh, no.
No, it's on YouTube. Karl Wallenda, death in Puerto Rico.
I'll pass on that one. Thanks a lot.
Insane.
But you know why people go to those things?
I know exactly why.
To watch to see if they're going to fall.
That's right. That's why you watch figure skating. You don't watch for the triple axel. You watch somebody not be able to make the triple axel, and then there's tutu flies off, and she's crying, and then it's over. That's sick. Isn't that sick?
Well, I mean,
we're sick species, man.
Who didn't root for Tanya Harding to fall on her ass? Everybody wanted to see her take a header.
I just, but see, the thing about that whole thing was Nancy Kerrigan was she was so annoying, right?
No, she was
terrible.
And
Tanya Harding was just a beast. So I don't know.
Why? Anyway,
why are we so awful? Not us, but because I'm telling the story about watching Karl Wallenda wanting people to fall on figure skating, but you guys know it's true.
It is true.
Come on now.
It is true. And I highly recommend, by the way, the movie I, Tanya,
I own that.
Margot Robbie
Isn't
played
that
Tanya
a
Harding.
great-
It was a great movie,
great
and the
movie.
approach was very, very unique.
Allison Janney was awesome.
Yeah, the approach
her.
to it was very, very unique.
Great movie.
Juneteenth is
Yes.
now a federal holiday.
Okay.
Difficult thing for me to say. It would pronounce Juneteenth. There it
Yes.
is. Federal holiday. President Biden signed the legislation into law, and it just happened. And I say here. I think
absolutely.
And that's the first. Do you realize that's the first new federal holiday that had been created in decades? I think it was like 40 years or 30 years. It was about Martin Luther King would be the last
and
one.
I
right?
hate to say this for you people that hated Trump, but that whole law, the genesis of that, making Juneteenth a federal holiday, began in the Trump administration.
Okay, so we'll give credit where credit is due.
I'm just saying, all the way around, if you support, the people that support this holiday, and you should. I mean, honestly.
Definitely should support this holiday.
There was a lot of spoons in the pot.
In the soup.
To get it where it is.
I just hope it doesn't become one of those sort of holidays, where the only people who get it off are federal workers, local government, and they close schools. But it says business as usual for just about everything else. So
no, I don't think so. Because
quasi-holiday. I hope not.
it's time and a half, I believe, in Massachusetts today. They're already, these holidays are so they're. And then that's for, service workers,
Yes.
people that are making coffee and so kind of thing. So I think it's great.
Now we turn the page.
Yeah, we do. Where are we going?
On this podcast as we head into your realm of Jen's news.
We do.
All right?
And I always belabor the fact that we're here. So I'll just get right to it today.
I appreciate that.
It's time for
Jen's news. There's not
Jen's news.
Nana likes it.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I can't blow into it. I need to go.
You got to hum.
There we are.
All right. What do you got?
Well, Ronzo, I've got a bunch of things today. And in the news lately, locally, I don't know if you've noticed these stories, but it seems as though catalytic converters are being ripped off. Have you seen this?
I heard about it, but why?
In a bunch of locations.
Why are they suddenly valuable?
Well, it's also happening overseas, and you may not have been paying attention to this, but this is why I wanted to do it in Jen's News today. Police in South Australia urged drivers last week to step up efforts to protect their cars as thieves target the catalytic converters that scrub exhaust emissions amid a surge in prices of precious metals.
Oh.
Right, the converters have high volumes of precious metals of palladium and platinum, and their prices touched record highs this year. So that's what you guys. That's what basically in the catalytic converters, there's stuff that's super expensive. Thieves sell the stuff around here locally, and my mom asked me because in her parking lot there was a girl with a Jeep that had her catalytic converter stolen. And I said, Mom, it's probably people on drugs. They hustle, they know how to get this stuff, and they need to make money. So thieves have occurred all over the globe in driveways, public car parks, and on main roads. So just know that they're coming for your catalytic converters.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, and make sure your security cameras work, because when this girl went to where my mom lives and said, hey, is the security camera working? I want to see who did it. No, unfortunately, it was down that night. Yeah, right. All right. How about this? Do you ever see your pets, guys, your cat or your dog or whatever it is, doing this? And you're saying, what? What's wrong with you? Did you have a screw loose? I mean, did the elevator not make it to the top floor?
Sometimes I think Hazel has a screw loose.
Right. So, but no, because some people, many pet owners, are convinced that their dog is seeing something spiritual, perhaps ghost. So there's a woman convinced that her dog is seeing ghosts because of the increasingly strange habits. And she's not the only one. 88% of animal owners think their pooch or feline can perceive the paranormal.
Really?
Yes. So Rascal's behavior, he's a wire terrier, started becoming increasingly strange. He would climb in and hide under the covers. He would sit up and stare upward to the ceiling, growling at something. Okay, and this all came, and he would also hide in the cupboards. All of this after they moved into an old house. A new location in a very, very old house. So there are 88% of people that I think the cat sees something. I mean, think about it. Your cat's just sitting there. Doing this.
No, they know what they're doing?
Doing it. No,
They're
I have no
plotting,
idea.
They're plotting your death.
Well,
cats. That's what
listen,
cats do.
It is possible. And finally, in Jen's news today, news that you can't do without, as we discussed earlier, vaccination. You know, they're trying to get people, get this.
Incentives.
Yes, incentives. In Hong Kong, get a jab, you win a condo. That's right. That's what I said. Like many in Hong Kong, Jason Chan had no immediate plans to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Well, he said, this finance professional, there seemed to be no pressing need, travel restrictions still in place, no major outbreak at home. But all of that changed, Chan said, when he found out that the grand prize, if you get a vaccination, is a one-bedroom condominium. He said,
which is luxurious
Yeah.
in that area.
He said, hey, it's a chance to win a free apartment. He's one of the thousands of Hong Kong residents who have rushed to make vaccination appointments after many companies, encouraged by the government, announced a slew of incentives for vaccinated residents, including also the chance to win a new Tesla.
Oh, okay.
So condos and Teslas are given away in Hong Kong for vaccinations.
A new car.
What are we giving away in Rhode Island?
Well, they're
lottery ticket.
They're considering a lottery, the ticket that could win you $1 million.
What?
Something we posted, a question that you posted on our Facebook page, which you can visit,
Which
by
one?
the way, which is Ron and Jen's Great Escape. Okay, you posted asking people to post a home remedy that you were given as a child.
That's right.
All right. You know what we used to use at Chez St. Pierre, my mom and dad, to repel mosquitoes? Some oil called citronella.
Yeah.
Yeah, citronella
Yeah, it's pretty
oil.
common.
Is
right?
it really? And I can just I remember going to the drive-in with my parents, the Lonsdale Drive-In. So this is sort of like a remember one. The Lonsdale Drive-In near the original Ann and Hope. And, during the summer, it's hot as a crotch.
So, yes. That's nasty.
And all the
hot as a crotch.
And all the windows are rolled down, and we're reeking of citronella.
So disgusting.
The memories, the great memories. Anyway,
wow.
Scott, our good friend Scott, posted.
Yes.
He answered. He said that on poison ivy, he said his parents would put bleach.
I love that.
Bleach on poison
Hey,
ivy.
Scott, that a boy.
I've never heard of that. Have you ever heard of that?
Listen, I've never. But Scott's an interesting man.
He is an interesting fellow.
He's
good
a
musician,
curious
too.
man.
And a good musician.
Yes.
And also somebody said that hot toddies were big time, were imminent in their home for just about everything.
Yeah.
Cold, flu, you name it.
You have a little whiskey laying around, you got a toothache. But see, the genesis of that was I was sitting there one morning having a massive coughing fit. And I just remember my mother used to say to me, she used to say, swallow, make yourself swallow. And if that didn't work, she'd go grab the honey out of the cupboard. Honey. Oh my God. This is why I hate honey.
I don't like the taste of honey.
And she would put it, a huge spoon, not a little teaspoon, this massive, and jam that sucker down my throat. And then she would say, swallow it slow. Swallow it slow. And I was a kid, so it'd be, oh my God, it was awful. Yeah. But yeah, they had all kinds of crazy ways.
So we thank those who did contribute.
Well, I was waiting for somebody to say I strapped my Aunt Jeanette's bra to my head for a migraine or something, but we didn't quite get that. But
we didn't get anything really super bizarre.
No, but if you have something bizarre, as Ron said, you go to Facebook and then you find us. Just put in the little circle, the search area, Ron and Jen's Great Escape. There's all kinds of cool stuff that we post on a regular basis, from Remember When to unusual bits of history. We ask you fun questions. Let's put it this way. Facebook is such a cesspool, right? So if you want some fun, if you just want to hang out and laugh out loud, check out our Facebook.
All right, check it out. And if you also want to send an email to Jen,
yes,
your address is?
Oh, yes, I have a question for you. My address is Jen Brien, JenBrien at rocketmail.com. Okay. So somebody sent in a question about Hazel, and I said, you know what, I'm not really sure. So they said they watched the podcast about how you got Hazel.
Yes.
You saw on the news, and she's a rescue.
Right.
How long did it take to train her? Because they're thinking about getting a rescue dog themselves. I said, I don't know, because each dog is different, and her circumstances were so awful. The way she started, and she was a bit of a handful in the beginning.
Oh, she was nuts.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice. She was totally crazy, but she's such a great dog. So how long did it take you to get her on track?
Well, I think each dog is different. I think it's when you get the dog too. When we got Hazel, she was a pup. She was just a puppy, so you had to break her in. You had to. I think it's more of an issue if you get an older dog. Are you looking at a situation of retraining? I don't know. That I can't answer. But she's smart. Labs are smart, and labs and. We've had Dalmatian.
Goldens?
We have a Dalmatian. This is Stinky.
Oh, that's Stinky.
Very, very smart. The Dalmatian was very, very smart. We had
Ellie Bean.
We have Ellie Bean. She was a
Golden,
and they're incredibly smart too.
Yeah.
And then we've had 2 labs. I think it took maybe 5-6 weeks to
train
her.
And then
we crate trained her, which is not cruel, by the way, because it's their little escape. It's their little escape. It's their home.
And then the next question was, would you ever adopt a senior dog? And I said, I can't answer these, so I will ask him on the air.
Probably not, because unless it's a circumstance.
I know, it's so tough
unless
to
it's a
answer
circumstance,
Right,
because
right.
you're not going to have them that long.
Yeah, I know. It's so hard.
And the parting is so brutal. It's so difficult. So
it is.
That's a negative note that I don't want to dwell on. So I guess the answer would be yes.
Okay.
If the situation presented itself.
Okay, there you go.
And it made sense.
So if you have other questions, you can email me and I'll ask him. Or you can just email him and I'll just email me and I'll send you his
We both
email.
Look at your email, so everything's cool.
Yeah,
all
okay.
Right. Now, one more thing to worry about before we leave Jen's news is murder hornets.
Yeah. Oh, isn't this great? Because we just...
No, it's not. I'm scared of them.
No, we live in fear. Everything is fear-based. Fear the pandemic, fear the inflation, fear this administration, fear other people, fear whatever.
I don't like bees.
Murder hornets. Yes. A murder hornet was found dead, though.
Good.
In Washington State.
DED.
Now I don't know if you remember, last year or the year before, they tracked them. They found a few.
They found a nest.
And they put little tracking devices on these things.
There must be little teeny weeny tracking devices.
Yeah, they found a dead giant murder hornet. They say it was huge,
big
obviously.
Big suckers.
About 30 miles north of Seattle. Now, they said if there's good news, here's the thing. It was dead and it was dried out and it had a different color than previous hornets that were found in Canada and Washington State. So, I don't know what that means, but they said it was good news. It was sent to the U.S. Department of Agriculture for verification, and the hornet may have died in a previous season because of its condition, they're saying. So, right. By the way, Asian giant hornets can destroy a honeybee colony.
Like that.
Yeah, in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. So, they're not here yet. But I'm sure somebody will come up with a hat and this huge visor with the screen. Maybe we should do that.
What?
We should make murder hornet hats or visors or something.
No, I don't like them.
We can come up. Well, no one will ever go outside again if they come this way.
Some stuff that's trending today.
Yes.
We want to talk
What
about.
you got?
They're going to reboot Highway to Heaven.
Oh, that's the Michael Landon
Michael
thing.
Landon series.
Really?
Yeah, they say they're going to reboot this thing. TV series is going to get a reboot treatment. Jill Scott will take on the gender-swapped version of Landon's character.
Okay.
Who's she? Who's Jill Scott?
Listen, Jill Scott is an actress, a poet. She's a singer. I went to see her numerous times in Boston.
Yes.
She's in the new commercials for Nationwide.
Okay.
Do you see?
That's her?
Right, that's Jill Scott.
Oh, she's great. She's got a great voice.
She's phenomenal.
Super voice. She's going to play Angela, an angel,
Okay.
who comes to Earth to help people in need. The same thing that Michael Landon's character
Hey, we
did.
need some positivity amidst
Yeah.
the toxicity.
I am always apprehensive when I see reboot of anything.
Yeah.
Because more often than not, it cannot live up to the original. By the way, CNN is going to be doing a wonderful new series. It starts the second week in July, and it's all
CNN?
about legendary. CNN, believe it or
Wow.
not. And it's all about legendary sitcoms.
All right.
It's great.
They're doing something I can finally watch.
Yeah. So
Not screaming.
Yeah, exactly. But they're going to take on legendary sitcoms. I saw the trailer for it, and they have a lot of different character actors, and they're singing the great theme songs from the old sitcoms. Because if you think about it, so many sitcoms had great opening and closing.
Are they going to tackle Archie Bunker?
Probably. I mean,
you think so? He's
boy.
been. You can't find Archie Bunker. There's no more Archie Bunker on TV anywhere.
Well, I think if you're doing a
Nowhere.
I think if you're doing a documentary on sitcoms, it's a different story, because it's politically incorrect, I guess.
Well, I hope they contextualize it because
They have
Archie
to.
Bunker in its time was not the kind of show that
Lord.
it would be perceived as now.
It was groundbreaking then.
Yeah, it just is, and they would say probably that the Jeffersons, we're living, there's something about amongst white people, and the white people are the ones who lifted up, George Jefferson. So that, so we come in as a rescue.
Right.
I mean, everything is so twisted, and the way that people look at things now, I just feel so badly about it. It's just everything's contentious and everything. I mean, you say online, I don't like oranges, or I like oranges instead of mangoes. Well, you must hate mangoes then. How can you hate mangoes? And what about grapes and peanuts and olives? I'm so upset right now. That's where people go on Facebook.
Everybody's got an issue.
Crazy.
Everybody's got an issue on Facebook.
Yeah.
And as you said earlier, it's a cesspool.
It
is a toxic cesspool.
And we're there in the cesspool.
Well, it can be.
We're like the Tidy Bowl guys.
Well, our attempt is to try to clean up that cesspool.
That's why we're like the Tidy Bowl guys.
Trending, Americans think the 1970s and the 80s were the best generation for music. Who the hell are they talking to?
No, I don't think so.
Who the hell are they talking to?
I think that, let's look at the 40s and the 60s,
the 1980s?
Yeah, 60s was pretty rich with great music. Just saying.
Anyway.
Wait, I have one more. This is still trending?
Sure.
Oh, how about this? So I don't remember if we talked about this. Thank you, Menopause. Raiders of the Lost Ark turned 40.
Yeah.
Did we talk? But wait, here's the best part. Okay, Indiana Jones #5 is coming out. It has started filming. That's right. So just so you guys know, this is going to be directed by Spielberg again, and he's saying, actually, he's going to be co-executive producer.
Yeah, he's not going to direct.
He's not going to be the director.
Yeah.
He's going to be on board as producer.
Mm-hmm.
But so there you go. It's supposed to be released next summer.
Oh, and Harrison Ford's in it.
Oh yeah, and he's 80, isn't he?
Yes,
almost 80. What's he going to?
It's Raiders of the Lost Ark: The Search for the Hip Replacement.
Yeah, well, I was right about to say maybe they'll have that ball coming down, and he'll have his walker.
And this time it'll catch him. This time he won't outrun it.
Can I tell you something about that movie that I just watched the other day? You know that guy that was with him in Raiders, and he said, "Throw me the statue."
Yeah.
And okay, I was so happy that guy got killed when Indy got to the other side because he pulled the vine and he couldn't, and then Indy got to the other side and he saw him and he got stabbed to death. I was so happy. Isn't that? I know. I mean, I'm revealing parts of myself this morning, but I was like, yes, you suck.
You're not living up to the title of this podcast.
I'm not living up to being a Christian right now.
So,
well,
anyway,
I mean, I think that's what people were rooting for Indy. So I was glad that the guy died.
So this thing's coming out when?
Next summer.
All right. So when's the new Jurassic Park coming out? That's coming out soon, isn't it? Christmas time?
Oh, I don't know. I think that might be, because of the pandemic, everything is probably going to be pushed up because they don't want to release this stuff online. It's the only way to make money right now, but they want to put this big budget stuff back in the movies where people pay top dollars. Yeah. So, for instance, if you want to watch Cruella, which is in theaters now, and a lot of theaters have opened up. Do you know, I thought if you had Disney Plus, it was free.
Oh, no.
You got to pay $30.
Oh, yeah.
$30, Ron.
Free.
30, but yes, because I said to one of my friends, well, here's why. I said tickets are, now what, $10, $12, but they're
easily.
So they're factoring in if you pay $30, that's actually on the cheap if you got a family of 4.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're actually,
I guess so.
But yeah, so I think Jurassic will be in Maverick and all those guys. I think we're looking at next summer. I can't imagine Jurassic Park at Christmas time.
I don't know. I don't know, but you got a lot of movies, a lot of big movies that are
I'm
in
so
the can.
excited for that.
In the can, they're done. The Batman, that's done.
Yeah.
In 007, Daniel Craig's last spin as 007. That thing's been in the can for 2 years.
But let's talk about 007 for a minute. Now that fine young man, and I say young because he's not 70 yet, but that guy, after the previous 007 said,
the same thing.
This stinks, I ain't coming back,
right.
And he was all pissy about I don't even know what, and all of a sudden he's back for this one. You know why? Because he's not getting any work. Well, when was the last time you saw Daniel Craig?
Cowboys and Aliens.
Just said, wow, that's terrible.
And he was in that movie with Harrison Ford, and it was horrible.
Yeah, so
the only good body of work he's ever done is as 007,
yeah,
if you ask me.
He got some Botox and he's back.
Knives Out, that was terrible.
That
sucked.
What a great cast.
Yeah, but it sucked.
It did suck. I was so disappointed in that movie.
Yep, me too. And they're making, of course, they're making a sequel.
To not really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Knives Out.
Well, they figured it out.
The Wrath of Khan.
But they solved the crime.
All right.
So where are they going? Knives Out 2?
I guess a new crime.
Okay.
Now, you wanted to ask me, we're going to move on to sports now, because you
Sports stuff.
wanted to ask me a question about what's going on with Major League Baseball.
Okay, so the other day I was listening to our good friend Andy Gresh,
Yes.
and who's on EEI now, and he's phenomenal. And so I was listening to the guys talk about, him and Keith talk about how people are complaining. Some of the young guys, so they're cracking down on any of the goop that you put on your caps and all out, so
Any
on and so
sticky
forth.
stuff.
And there was a player, I can't remember his name, and he has to have Tommy John surgery, and he was blaming the fact that he couldn't use the goop, and this is why he hurt his elbow, and this is why he has to have Tommy John surgery. And
Glasnow, he's the pitcher for the Tampa Rays.
Right, and he's saying, it's not right. They should have weaned us off of it, and it's really gonna. So he's admitting to cheating, but he was kind of saying it's not really cheating because everybody
everybody's
does
doing
it.
Right.
And so I thought, okay, what's the deal with this? Because they're seriously cracking down on this. And does it really make a difference for pitchers? And has this been going on since the beginning of time?
It's been going on since the beginning of time.
And what do they use, by the way?
The most common thing that they're using is sunscreen, believe it or not, and a little bit of rosin, I guess. And what it does is it allows the pitcher to get a little bit better grip on the ball. The other side of the coin, it is, you got guys who are up there chucking 98, 100 miles an hour.
Right.
If I'm a hitter, if I'm a batter, I'm like, so they're not going to have the same amount of control with the ball because you're going to outlaw any type of substance. So it's a double-edged sword, and we'll see where it leads with Major League Baseball. Hopefully it doesn't delay the game more because the game is painfully slow now.
But here's the thing. So you got the ump behind the plate. All he's got to do is to give me the ball. And he looks at it. If it's oily, he knows that the guy's using something. So why haven't they stopped? I mean, this is not a difficult thing to figure out. If it's going on, you see the ball's changing color because of how it's made.
Major League Baseball has created its own quagmire
with
this thing.
All right.
It's just going to
How's this going to end?
It's going to be a circus. I don't know. The
fines? Is that what they're going to do if they
suspensions?
suspensions?
The players will be suspended for 10 days with pay.
With pay.
Oh, of course.
So you get 10-day vacation with pay.
Let me tell you something. The Major League Baseball union is one of the most powerful unions in the United States. NBC is looking for $6 million for a Super Bowl advertisement this coming season.
They're looking for it?
They're looking for it.
What
That's what they want. That's what they want. They put a price tag of $6 million on a 30-second spot.
Okay.
So
I guess we won't be advertising Ron and Jen's Great Escape.
No, we will not be doing
the Super Bowl.
We will not be doing that.
Wouldn't that be great if we could pony up the money? You see our big stupid faces in the middle of the halftime show. They break for commercial. Yeah. Here we are.
Don't hold your breath on that one.
I know.
All right, let's move on to some food news.
Yeah.
And sticker shock.
Okay.
Be prepared, my friends, for lobster roll sticker shock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you're looking at various restaurants charging over $25 for a lobster roll now.
Yeah.
My wife, Patty, had lunch recently with three of her very good friends. They all used to sell television time over at the Mighty Dozen, Channel 12, and they've remained great friends. And one of the girls paid $26 for a lobster roll. A sandwich, $26.
Listen, I want to tell you something. So my life has changed dramatically. How do we know this? Because I'm starting to get invited to things over the last, year and a half. It's wonderful when you get sober. Just saying. So I'm invited to a family event today. And they said, we're going to be going to this marina in such and such a town.
Yeah.
It's for my niece's graduation and my other niece's confirmation. So here's the menu. I looked at the freaking menu, Ron.
Yeah.
The cheapest. I'm eating the cheapest thing. I'm just saying. And it's a strawberry salad.
I'll just have a salad.
Do you know how much it is?
$30.
It's like $25
Wow.
for a salad. The lobster roll, $31.
$31.
It's massive. 30. I thought, okay, well, this is going to be, I'll have water. Thank you so much.
That'll be $10.
Not bottled, tap water.
Yeah, right.
Please.
I'll just drink out of the hose.
Oh, my God. Can I bring ones? I thought I have a bucket of ones at home. Is that embarrassing?
You're going to be drinking out of the garden hose.
Oh, probably. I'll be going to the bathroom sink.
Do you remember years and years
Yeah.
ago when we were working together doing the morning show on WPRO?
Wasn't that long ago? He makes it sound like it was 50 years ago.
That's a while ago.
It was only, like 20 years ago.
whatever. But do you remember?
15.
Do you remember we sent away for lobster ice cream?
Of course I do, to Maine.
Yeah.
And they sent it in freeze-dried ice.
Yes.
I couldn't eat it, and you loved it.
No, it was
was
vanilla
vanilla.
ice cream
It was
with,
vanilla.
with chunks,
I remember that,
with chunks
yeah.
of lobster in it.
That's so gross.
Yeah, so we tried it, and then we put it in the fridge down in the lunchroom on Wampanoag
Cass
Trail.
got his hands on it.
Yeah, and I think Cass probably ate the whole thing.
Cass or Cookie, it was gone.
But
you know what else is popular in Maine right
that
now?
was dreadful.
It was chocolate-covered cicadas.
Yes.
They're on back order, by the way.
Yeah.
So, seriously, people in Maine are going bananas for
Yeah.
chocolate-covered
It
cicadas.
started in a bakery in Maryland, I believe. They started it, but I guess there's a lot of protein in those suckers.
Ron.
But I wouldn't eat it. It's
Right,
disgusting.
I mean, unless you're on Naked and Afraid
It's disgusting.
or Alone, I ain't eating no cicada.
The Seattle Mariners, their stadium. I don't know what the name of the stadium is. It probably changes every year. With sponsor
Kotex
with sponsors.
Seattle
Exactly.
Mariners.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But they sell Cajun crickets.
Why?
Isn't that disgusting?
There's so many things we could be eating. Why? And if you
it's
need extra
awful.
protein, I can point you to a good protein powder.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, really. And sticking with ice cream real quickly, Arizona Ice Cream Shop has launched a dill pickle flavor. So the big question is, would you ever try that?
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't try that either.
Absolutely not.
Now, I know you want to talk a little bit about ice cream. While I put on the squeeze box, if you
Before
will.
we wrap
Mama's
this
got a
up-
squeeze box, and so do I.
Before we wrap this up today, I said to Ron, remember when is such a great segment because I think anybody over the age of, and I think about you guys all the time, anybody over the age of, let's say, 38, 40, remembers payphones. I saw a payphone the other day. I took a picture. I'm going to post it. It's so run down. It's just awesome. But I saw a payphone. But we were talking about ice cream before we started the podcast today, and I said, let's talk about the milk can on 146 and where we used to go.
That's so sad that
Isn't
it's in
that
the
sad?
state that it's in. Somebody needs to refurbish
My
that
mom
and open
used
it.
to get ice cream. My mom is 75. Mom, I love you so much. And she's 75. And we talked about it. She said it is sad because she has great memories and it was just a fun thing to do. And her family was so poor. And when all the kids, they'd get the tiniest ice cream available. And then I was thinking, my father used to take us to the Dairy Whiz and we would get the twisty cones, and I'd get the sprinkles, the chocolate sprinkles put on. You can't say
Sprinkles.
Jimmy's anymore, so
No.
I say sprinkles.
Not
now.
terrible.
So the chocolate sprinkles, why? If anybody knows why that milk can is still sitting on 146, why somebody hasn't moved it to a great location,
I know, it's sad.
just refurbished it,
Because it's cool.
Yeah, spent a ton of money. People love yesterday's stuff.
Yeah.
They love old stuff. Where did you get ice cream?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, that's a great segment. Remember when? Just
No, all different places. And, we didn't have
thanks,
one.
Ron, for your input.
Like, we didn't have, let's go to the Eskimo King. Is there an Eskimo Queen, by the way?
You
I've
can't
always
say that
wondered
anymore. There's no more Eskimo pies.
Oh, that's true.
Remember
That's
when they
true.
got rid of Aunt Jemima? And there's no more
Uncle Ben?
white Native American on the Land O'Lakes box. But I
that's-
saved one. I put it in I made a little time capsule. So if I die, well, when I die, in years and years, somebody will see it. And hopefully they won't, freak out.
Favorite flavor?
Favorite flavor?
Ice cream? What was your favorite flavor? of
Oh,
ice
you're
cream?
asking me. I thought you were going to make a statement. I'm a mint chocolate chip kind of girl.
Really?
Or chocolate chip, yeah. Yep.
I like butter brickle.
Butter
Remember that?
brickle.
Butter brickle.
And he
I don't
drinks
like the,
sarsaparilla soda, too.
I don't like the soft serve. And I don't like the wafer cones.
Oh.
I like the sugar cones.
Really?
And I like
I like
butter
those.
brickle.
Hey, by the way, I do have one last thing while he's playing Lady of Spain. I can't find Stewart's orange soda diet anywhere. If anybody knows where I can find diet orange Stewart's soda in glass bottles, please email me. I love that stuff. I can't find it anywhere.
No, you know what? And a lot of restaurants can't find it either.
Really?
And that goes for
So
the
depressing.
that also goes for the diet root beer, Stewart's diet root beer.
Oh.
Next to impossible
Help
to find.
us out. There we go. It's the end of the show. Already. Feels like it went on forever today.
Mention how the people feel who actually loaded up.
We love you guys.
All right, stay safe
See you
and
next time.
enjoy this beautiful summer,
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
You'll find a smile will go a long,